Hello friends, this is Kevin, aka K-Man1, coming at you with another episode of Pokemon FireRed version. In the last episode, we traveled through Victory Road and got here to Indigo Plateau, coming across way too many wild Pokemon encounters along the way. And in this episode, we're finally going to be taking on some of the bosses that are here for us to battle. But first things first, you want to make sure you are completely prepared before going in, because you will not be able to leave until you have either beaten everyone there or lost to one of them. So, I did a lot of off-screen level grinding, so now my entire team is at level 55, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw up their movesets on screen real quick. For the most part, there haven't been any real big changes, just a new move here or there, a TM I used, or something like that. So, overall, pretty standard stuff as far as sets I would normally run at the very least. And so the next thing you're going to want is items. These top 6 slots right here, this is probably more than you'll actually need in order to take on the Elite Four, but I just felt like stocking up because, I felt like it. And max revives you can't actually buy, it's not like I found some secret place, I just picked those up along the road, and that's where they are. So yeah, I'm probably not even going to use all of them, but just so I have them in case I need them. And the last thing I did, this isn't a required thing, this is just something I did, I showed off the printer thingy in Celadon Game Corner, and so I finally got it set up for our team in the order we acquired them. Very, very nice. So, with all these preparations in hand, like I said, you want to make sure you are completely prepared before entering, and it's probably best to go ahead and save before entering, in case you lose, because you don't want to lose money for losing battles. But anyways, let's get started. Welcome to the Pokemon League. I'm Lorelei of the Elite Four. No one can best me when it comes to icy Pokemon. Freezing moves are powerful. Your Pokemon will be at my mercy when they're frozen solid. Ha ha ha. Are you ready? And so here we are in our first battle against the Elite Four. This is Lorelei or Lorelei. I don't know. I've never actually met a person in real life with this name, so I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. But anyways, she is a trainer who specializes in Ice-type Pokemon, and her first Pokemon is a Dugong, level 52. Not unlike our Dugong, it is a very, very bulky Pokemon, so this is probably not going to be the one-shot with Thunderbolt, but I am hopeful. Okay, not quite. But, fortunately, what this means is that we will be able to get her to burn a healing item on a weaker Pokemon rather than her strongest, so we won't need to worry about it then. So yeah. Overall, there really isn't that much of this battle. I'm mostly going to be spamming Thunderbolt with sample text. And something to note about the Elite Four is that I'm probably mostly going to be using one Pokemon per Elite Four member, just because of kind of the way their teams are set up. But I do highly recommend switching between Pokemon as you need to. Anyways, What's-Your-Face's second Pokemon is going to be a Cloyster level 51. It is a water and ice type Pokemon with very, very high physical defense, but very, very low special defense, so I am expecting this to be a one-shot very easily. Got that sorted out for ourselves. Very, very nice. Moving on with our lives. Next up is going to be a Slowbro, which is incidentally not an ice type. It is a water and psychic type Pokemon, who again has a very good physical defense stat, but not a very good special defense stat. So I'm hopeful that this will be the one shot, but Slowbro is a little bit bulkier on the special side, so I'm not super optimistic about it. Barely not the one shot, but that is a-okay. Gonna go for the Amnesia, which is going to sharply raise its special defense, which is going to make fighting it that much more annoying for the remainder of the battle. But it shouldn't be a problem because she decided to not use a healing item on it. Very, very cool. And so you might be looking at their levels right now and thinking, wow, you probably didn't need to level grind as much as you did. Well, here is her strongest Pokemon, Lapras, level 54. Again, not very impressive, but she's only the first member of the Elite Four. But anyways, Lapras is a water and ice type Pokemon. Again, very, very bulky, but this time on both sides of the spectrum. And so I'm pretty sure that her Lapras is also packing Rain Dance, which means she can pull some weather shenanigans with her team. But since this is going to be her second to last Pokemon, that's not something we need to be overly concerned about. Not to jinx it, but... And this should be the easy two-shot, even with her Citrus Berry. So, very, very easy so far. Which is what we like to see, because later battles are definitely not going to be this smooth. I can already tell you that right away. And so her final Pokemon is going to be Jinx, which is a Psychic and Ice-type Pokemon. And I want to say it's clocking in at like level 53, maybe. I'm not completely sure. But it is 54, okay. It is an Ice and Psychic-type Pokemon, and it is a very, very strong special attacker, and it is very fast, but I should probably be able to very easily one-shot it with Flamethrower because it is also very... Really? Really? That wasn't the one-shot? Something to note about Jinx is that she tends to pack moves like Lovely Kiss and Sweet Kiss, which cause really annoying status ailments. So I'm going to go ahead and throw up a full heal on Super Hot just so I don't have to worry about it. She's probably going to go for a full restore. Called it. And I'm just going to go for the Blast Burn, go for the YOLO play, since I'm not really going to be using it more than once per battle anyways. So I don't need to worry about burning power points, probably. And boom! So hot that we make things go color negative. Very, very cool. Alright, so that was Lorelei, or Laura. This was this person. I'm good at commentary, I promise. So, that was Lorelei. I'm just gonna stop. Anyways, here we are in the second room, and so I'm going to go ahead and switch a different Pokemon to the front, because I feel like Barbara is the one who's most well equipped to take on this guy. I am Bruno, the Elite Four. Through rigorous training, people and Pokemon can become... Nah, that's actually terrible. I'm not gonna use that voice. Don't worry. I've lived and trained with my fighting Pokemon, and that will never change. Kevin, we will grind you down with our superior power. Hoo-ha! Shout out to Diddy Kong and Smash 4. But anyways, this is the Elite Four, Bruno, and he specializes in fighting-type Pokemon, and his first Pokemon is... Onix. Yeah, I don't get it either. But anyways, Onix is a rock and ground type Pokemon with pathetically low special defense. So, what do we do to ground and rock type Pokemon with low special defense? We use water and grass type moves on them. That's what we do. You didn't know that already? Anyways, his next Pokemon is going to be an actual fighting type in Hitmonchan, which we are going to definitely switch over to Omelette for. And I don't know its level off the top of my head, but I'm going to guess it's somewhere in the level 53 to 54 area. Okay, level 53, I was right, technically, because I didn't commit fully to one answer over another. And so, fortunately, the Resistance is going to be putting in quite a bit of work, plus the fact that Omelette is a pretty naturally physically defensive Pokemon. Very, very nice, and we get the one-shot. Easy as that. So, okay. Next Pokemon is going to be Hitmonlee, and so I'm not going to get to say the thing that I've been wanting to say for, like, forever. But anyways, Hitmonlee is another fighting type Pokemon. I went over it before when we had the chance to get them at the fighting dojo place thing, Man Bear Pig. But anyways, it's clocking in at level 53, and not something we need to be overly concerned about. Very, very cool. Very cool cry though, I will say that much. Anyways, Bruno has another Onix, and so I get it. There aren't a lot of fighting types in first gen, so having one Onix is to be expected. But the second one is just really unexpected. I deserve that earthquake. Ugh. I've been waiting so long to make that pun. I don't think you guys realize how much time and energy was put into like strategizing the delivery of that line. But yeah, anyways, his Onix is down, and so his final Pokemon is going to be his Machamp, clocking in at, I believe, level 56, but don't quote me on that until he throws it out and I'm right, in which case definitely quote me on it, because, you know, you should quote people that are right about things, and it is level 56. Very, very nice. We are faster than it, which is very, very nice, which means it's probably using Vital Throw. Probably. Don't quote me on that, because, you know. Okay, it's using Rock Tomb, which is even more annoying, actually. But it's okay, because he's going to be going for a healing item. Or he has a Citrus Berry. He's probably still going to go for a healing item, since it is very, very low on health. But we'll just have to see. And he went for the Cross Chop, which is very, very interesting, because it's going to be not very effective, and it's still critical hit. Come on now. Anyways, I figure I might as well go ahead and talk a little bit about Machamp. It is a very, very strong physical attacker, but it is rather slow. So you definitely want to be able to take it out in one hit if possible. Hopefully this will be just enough to take him down. I believe in Wolster. Very, very nice. So down goes the second Elite Four member. Why? How could I lose? And we got 5,600 money for winning. Very, very cool. My job is done. Go face your next challenge. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and heal up right quick. Just because I can, and I want to have a full party going into the next area. Even though I probably don't particularly need it, I just want to have a healthy family or something. Don't question me. And I'm actually not going to be using sample text in the next room, or probably Barbara that much, so I'm going to go ahead and just sort things out. Let's give Joggleboof a chance to shine. I don't remember this lady's first Pokemon, but whatever. And yes, it's a lady. I'm Agatha of the Elite Four. I hear Oak's taken a lot of interest in you, child. That old Duff was once tough and handsome, but that was decades ago. He's a shadow of his former self. Now he just wants to fiddle with his Pokédex. He's wrong. Pokemon are for battling. Kevin, I'll show you how a real trainer battles. And so this is the third member of the Elite Four, whose name is Agatha. And she specializes in... Okay, officially, she specializes in Ghost-type Pokemon, but all of her Pokemon are Poison-type. And not all of her Pokemon are Ghost-type. So that's just something to chew on, I guess. And that did not do nearly as much damage as I was hoping, so I'm kind of at a loss for what to do next. But anyways, her first Pokemon is a Gengar at level 54. It packs Toxic. Gengar is a very, very fast special attacker, and it packs quite a handful of utility moves, actually. So those are things that you can take advantage of if you are a savvy player who likes to use those sorts of things. I'm actually going to be switching out because I'm not expecting it to follow up with yet another Toxic, and I am kind of at a loss for who to use. Okay, I'm going to go for Omelette because I don't think Gengar is actually packing any Ghost or Poison-type moves, and even if it is, then it doesn't have a very, very high physical attack stat, so I'm hopeful that Omelette will be able to tank anything it throws at me. Alright, there's the Shadow Punch. Shouldn't do that much. Okay, it was a decent chunk, but nothing to be very, very concerned about, and the double teams are really going to be screwing you over in this battle, probably, just because evasion is really another critical hit. Why is Omelette getting credits? Why is Omelette getting so many critical hits on her? Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna go for another YOLO play, and just go for the Blast Burn with Super Hot. Hopefully it'll... Can I stop missing? Alright, let's let the YOLO play work out. Hopefully, since it didn't hit, I won't have to recharge. Let's find out. Okay, yes, I don't have to recharge since it did not hit. But anyways, this should definitely get the KO onto this Gengar, and we can move on with our lives. Alright, next Pokemon is going to be a Golbat, clocking in at a level I don't know off the top of my head, and I don't feel like looking up because my phone is all the way on my desk, and I'm not at my desk. So yeah, we're going to find out now, and it is level 54, which I totally knew the whole time, and I don't know what you're talking about. Don't listen to the audio from like 10 seconds ago. Anyways, Golbat is a Poison and Flying-type Pokemon. It is the evolved form of Zubat, and it is not, in fact, my favorite Pokemon of all time. But its evolved form is my favorite Pokemon of all time, so that is just something interesting about it, I guess. Not really about it, just about... I don't know. But anyways, you want to take it down with whatever you have that's super effective against either Poison or Flying types, but since Omelette is dead and Super Hot is already level... something, 56... I'm going for Barbara, so I can just spam them Ice Beams, even though I'm probably going to be regretting this because I'm going to need these power points for a battle coming up. But more on that later. So down goes the Golbat, and next up is going to be an Arbok. And for Arbok, I'm going to switch to Molster, and this is probably going to be a bad idea because it'll probably have Intimidate, which will be annoying to me because it'll lower my attack stat, but Arbok is a pretty frail Pokemon anyways. And even clocking in at level 56, I am confident in Molster's ability to deal quite a bit of damage even with a lowered attack stat. So let's go for the Earthquake. See what we can do. And will it be the half health? It will be the half health. It will not be the one shot, unfortunately. But it goes for the Screech, which is not going to be a big concern to me because either she's going to use an item, and okay, she didn't go for an item, and we were able to just take it down with the Slash. Very, very nice. Next is going to be a Haunter, which is another weird thing. She has an unevolved Pokemon on her team for whatever reason. But anyways, we're going to keep Molster out and go for the Rock Slide to see what we can do with that. And we got the Flinch, which is cool with me, even though we only did about a third of its health, so it's going to take 2 more shots, but hopefully we can get more. Okay, cool. I am A-okay with this. And she's gonna go for the full restore, which is fine, because I think this means she won't be able to use it on her second Gengar. Oh, spoiler, she has a second Gengar, I guess. But hopefully this means she won't be able to use it on her last Pokemon, but I haven't been keeping track in real time of what items she's used. So, went for the Hypnosis, but it did not hit, fortunately, and so we're able to clean this up with another Rock Slide. Very, very cool. So, next up is going to be yet another Gengar. This one clocking in at level 58, I know off the top of my head. So yes, this is where the battles are really starting to get intense. So we're going to switch back to Super Hot, and you know what we're going to do. We're actually not going to go for the YOLO play straight away, we're just going to go for a Flamethrower real quick, and then depending on how much damage that does and how healthy Super Hot is, we will decide what to do from there. Hopefully this will be at least the half health, and if not, then I'll be very disappointed, and it was the exact half health, more or less. So, there goes the Citrus Berry, and if we go for the Blast Burn, I'm thinking it'll get the kill, but it might cost Super Hot's life. We'll see, we'll see. I'm hoping that this will work out for the best, and looks like yes! Alright, it worked out in the end, and we got a critical hit, which was going to be useless probably anyways. So, very, very cool. I've been using Blast Burn a lot more than I expected, just to go for the YOLO plays, so I don't have to worry about stuff. It's just, oh my, you're special, child. Cool. You win. I see what the old duff sees in you now. I have nothing else to say. Run along now, child. And so, here we are with the blessing of Agatha to move on to the next room, which we're going to be tackling in the next episode. So, in this episode, we took on the first 3 members of the Elite Four, and in the next episode, we're going to be seeing about taking on the remaining members. See you guys then.